Hello everyone, welcome. In this video, we are going to see how to calculate support and resistance using CPR indicator and Python. Okay, so let me give you uh, an idea on what exactly CPR means. CPR is nothing but central pivot range. So basically, what it does in underlying is it calculates the average price movements from previous day using the high low values and comes up with pivot range values which will give you the key price points. Okay, so far if you are clear, and of course this is all the basic you need to actually understand where and what central pivot range CPR indicator does. Next, what I'm going to show you is the depths of how CPR actually works so that you can make informed decisions. Okay, so I have written an Excel file over here with all the information you require. So what are all the support and resistance levels found in CPR, and what does it mean, and how to calculate them. Okay, so let's go step by step. So over here, as you can see, the levels. So levels over here, pivot means that's the central point. So that's the central average you will be having. Okay, and the above ones are resistance levels and the below ones are support levels. And if you are a trader who has basic knowledge, you will know that support will be on the back, support will be below, and resistance will be on top. Okay, so if you are clear till here, next move and understand what does these levels actually mean. So when the price is actually moving from its pivot level to R1, R1 is nothing but resistance level, it means that it is mildly bullish. Okay. And if it is moving to R2, which is resistance level 2, it is really bullish. And if it is breaching R3, which is resistance level 3, it is extremely bullish. So now we know what are all the levels. Now we know, and whenever the level is breached in CPR indicator, what does it mean? Now let's go into the math part. Okay, we are going to understand how exactly the pricing levels are calculated over here. So pivot is very straightforward. It is an average of high, low, and close values. So it is a simple average. And if you, I'm going to give you an idea on S1 and S2, S1 and R1. You are going to understand yourself about R1, R2, R3, and S2, S3. Okay. So when you are going at support level, so what exactly does support level mean? Support level is something which will be below the pivot level. So below, in the sense, you need a higher value to be uh, put on top of the pivot level. Okay, so that's how the formula is calculated. So 2x the pivot level, and is as this is a support which is below, it is going to be high. So you have to understand it at an inverted level. So if you understand a single formula over here for support 1, you will automatically understand the resistance one, because resistance is a higher level one. So what you need is a lower level value above the pivot point. Okay, so that's how the formulas are calculated over here. So far, are you if you are with me, you will be you would have understand what are all the levels, what does those levels mean in CPR indicator, and what are all the formulas used to calculate the values. Okay, now let's get into the calculation. Okay, uh, usually I get the data from NSE because that's the free marketplace and free data supplier. You can use it for educational purposes. So go to nseindia.com and under market data menu, go to daily market reports. So daily market reports will have the consolidated report for all the OHLC data, open, high, low, close value data. Okay, so we are looking for 16th Feb. So today is 16th Feb for me when I'm creating this video. The file I am interested in is BAV copy file CSV. Be careful not to select BAV copy PR zip because that's a different file. Select BAV copy file CSV. So this file has the OHLC data. So what I'm going to do is I have the zip file stored over here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the zip file and do my and take the CSV file under it and do my analysis. Okay. Now let's go to downloads and get the zip file. Okay. I'm moving my zip file to my working directory. So create an empty folder and store your Python file and your file here, data file here. So let's just click on extract here. So once I click on extract, the CSV file will be stored over here. Okay, it says cash market 16th of Feb 2023 BAV. Okay, so that's the file we are losing. And as usual, if you are someone who's following me, you will know that I like to work with Visual Studio Code. So just click on right click and click on open with code. To save some time, I have already opened uh, the Visual Studio Code over here, and I've created a file called cpr.ipnb. Ipnb is nothing but a notebook file. Okay, and once you have these two in place, now let's start uh, importing the data. Okay, so to import data, you need pandas. Okay, let's import pandas. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract the CSV file which I just downloaded. Okay, I'm going to name the variable as OHSC all, and I'm going to name it as, and I'm going to give read CSV and cm power copy CSV. Okay, so now I have the CSV file loaded. So what I'm going to do is the usual. You just need to do some basic checks in place and see how the data is and understand it better. Okay, so we can see the data over here. The symbol is here, the series is here, open, high, low, close values are here. Ignore the other uh, columns which are present here because that is of no use for us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick the top maybe 20 stocks and do my analysis. Okay, so top 20 stocks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort them based on order value over here because I want the stocks which are like traded at higher value so that I mean those stocks are obviously famous also. So okay, so let's go with the top 20 famous all famous stocks. Okay, so I'm going to sort the data frame using total. Okay, let's just copy paste the column name. Okay, total order value. Let's put an in place. In place will help you not to create another variable. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set it at descending level. So I'm setting the ascending level as false. Okay. So OHLC is sorted. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a simple uh, calculation, a simple head. And as you can see, we have the top stocks over here. Okay. And we are just focused on open, high, low, close and the top 20 stocks only. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter out the top 20 stocks. Let's do that. So let's create a variable called top 20 stocks and let's extract from OHLC. Okay, I'm particularly focused on symbol open, high, low, close values only. Hmm. Let's just copy paste it and we don't need series, we need open, high, close. Yes, let's put a comma, comma, comma. Okay, and let's remove the spaces, unwanted spaces. Okay, and let's pick out the top 20 stocks, head of 20. All right. Now, just to take a peek, let's do this dot head. No, let's not do head. Let's just print the whole thing. Okay. Now we are seeing the symbol Reliance, Tech Mahindra, Indigo, Adani Enterprises, PI Industries, ICC Bank. These are all the some of the top 20 stocks which are trading over here. Okay. So now we have the data. The next thing we have to do is we are going to calculate the pivot levels using the formulas given over here. I'm not going to get back to this image again and again because I already have the formulas memorized. So I'm going to straight away write the formulas over there. And if you are someone who's struggling, just take a screenshot and watch my programming. Okay. So let's set it up over here. Okay. And if you are, yeah, let me show you, let me tell you how we can calculate it also. Mm, So we start with pivot level and then we go into resistance support one by one. Okay. So let's start with the pivot level. Okay. Top 20 stocks. What I'm going to create is called pivot. Okay. So as you have seen in the formula, we are going to do a top 20 stocks is support of, we are going to do high low close values is average over here. Okay, so let's do that. So top 20 stocks, I'm going to set this one as high plus top 20 stocks of low and add top 20 stocks close, and I'm going to divide it by 3. This is the average. All right. So the next step is to calculate R1 resistance and the S1 support. So R1 S1 is calculated based on pivot level. So we already have the pivot level here. So let's go ahead and create the resistance and support levels. Top 20 stocks of R. Let's create resistance level 1 first. Okay. So resistance level 1, if you have seen it in the Excel, it is 2x the pivot value. Uh-huh. So let's pivot 2x the pivot value minus, this is a resistance. Resistance is always higher. So the value should be low over here. Okay. Now let's do the same thing for support. And so this is gonna be S1 and this is 2x the pivot minus high. All right. Now let's go ahead and create uh, S2, S3, S2, R2, S2 and all. Okay. So let me just straight away create those formulas. Okay. So we have all the values in place. Click on enter, shift enter, and it ran without any trouble. So now what we are going to do is we are going to do the same print for the top 20 stocks we have selected. So we have created the important levels. Now we are going to print and see the values. Voila. So I have the pivot level for Reliance. I have the resistance level, support level 1, resistance level 2, resistance level 3, all the data over here. Okay. Now based on these data, I will be, as a trader, will be able to understand when it breaches R1, R2 or R3, I will know what the stock is up to, whether it is bullish, whether it is bearish, I will be able to understand. So the most important data points are calculated over here. The next thing is quality control, which is nothing but QC. So if you are someone who is following me, you will know that I'm a data scientist and I focus mainly on data a lot. And I want to make sure that everything is in place perfectly or not. Okay. Now let's check only one stock. Let's check for Reliance. Reliance is already on top, right? Let's check that. Okay. So Reliance's close value is 24030. Good. Let's check the pivot value of Reliance over here, 2439, 2439, and look at yeah, R1 level 2454. We are seeing 2454, and let's look at the S1 level. It's 2415. It's 2415. So the QC is also done. The stocks support and resistance level are calculated. Now, if I am an intraday trader, means tomorrow, if the stock breaches the resistance level of 2454 from 2430, which is the today's close, I will know that the stock is mildly bullish. Okay. So this is how you should be creating your strategies. This is how you should be inferring information from indicators to make informed decisions. Okay. And yeah, that's about it. And if you are someone who is following me, please give your suggestions over here. I'm planning on creating intraday positional trading strategy and backtesting videos. And if you are someone who is interested in those kind of videos where you can see the strategies end-to-end information along with backtesting data also, means comment yes in this video. I will see you in the next one. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.